slip the clutch onto the splines just to make sure everything fits fine. Oh shoot, doesn't fit.
Welcome back, you guys. We're at B&R.
We're at the wrecking yard.
Yeah, we're looking for a black bumper, and we brought. Why don't you show them the tools we brought?
Yeah, we were pretty prepared. We brought these, but I just happened to have in my truck.
We were thinking it was gonna be picked. It's not. So. Wow, that one looks a little worse than yours, huh?
There's not even a back bumper on this thing.
There's no back end. So that obviously didn't have a bumper or the other half of the car. So we're gonna go see if they said they have a blue one too, or maybe if they pulled the bumper for some reason. So we're gonna go back and check in with them. All right, guys, we're back at the shop. We got the bumper. They did have it in another section. They're gonna pull it. We paid for it. We're back home now. We went and got some supplies. We're gonna be working on some wiring. Intake's off because we're gonna have to pull some wires through the firewall here. We just gotta drill a hole. Matt's working on the radiator.
Gonna get the outlet so we can get it up to here, up to the thermostat housing, and then work on getting these lines here, and then also get the top mount for the radiator, and then figure out if I want to move the fill neck or cut or make a new bumper hole down thing.
So that's the plan. I'm gonna work on wiring. Once we make a little bit of progress, we'll kind of keep you guys updated. So we'll check back in a bit. So here's the wiring mess that we're working with. We're bringing everything in through there, through the firewall. This is a little harness. I just made a bunch of extensions here. Here's what we got here. So we had to extend pin 3, pin 14, pin 27, and pin 4. And those are the new colors that we've got for them. So here's what we got going on in the engine bay. We got to extend several of these harnesses. We've got everything kind of tucked away in here, enough so that we can move forward. So see all those wires right there in the corner? We're going to tuck all that in. We're just going to remove the panels up there. But the ECUs, both of them, are in the glove box now. So we got to push one more harness through, which is this guy here. And then over here, we got to extend all the wiring for the headlights, ambient temperature sensor, and I can't remember what the other one was, but this is day 2 of wiring, and Matt's got a plan over here with the radiator, so I'll let him explain that.
All right, guys, so I got part of our radiator package done. So we got the fans on, obviously, just made these brackets. I just made this little elbow to get around everything. I made these brackets yesterday to hold the condenser on. You can see that it notched out for that line there, and then just put a couple little dimple dies in it. Oh, and I made these standoffs for those brackets. So we're gonna put this on the car, and then we can kind of make a bracket to hold the top of it, because these obviously located on the bottom in the stock holes, and then I'll make a bracket that comes off these standoffs that holds the whole package on there, and then we just have to fit an intercooler after that.
All right. First try. Looks good. It's gonna be huge, huh?
Yeah.
Here they are. Finally wrapped up. That took forever, but they're all lengthened all the way to the front. They're a little extra long since we don't know exactly which way we want to route them yet. So here's where the wiring is. Unfortunately, we were going to try to pass it underneath here, but it's so close to the exhaust there on the turbo. So originally it was through here, under here, over to this side. This is where the headlight is. But we're thinking maybe still pass it on through here, and then we're going to pull it out, do a couple clamps, one here, then go this way, another here, and that'll be, it's still close to the turbo, but it's a little bit further. We're just gonna make sure it's nice and tucked, because obviously the wheel well, we don't want the wheel catching any of these wires. So I think that's the plan. Let me go ahead and get that wrapped up, and I'll show you guys here. Matt's working on tabs for right here, the little support, this thing here. Unfortunately, the way this is set up, it blocks the radiator cap right here. So it goes straight over. So instead of having to rework this, he's just making a brand new one of those. Doing the tabs right now, and then it'll just cross all the way over here.
All right, guys, we got the intercooler mounted, or we got it mocked up where we want it. You can see right there, it's a 2-in, 1-out intercooler, and I got an idea how I want to mount it. I'll pull this bumper off real quick. We got, so it was a straight out there. I cut that off and we're gonna come out the top. So I made these little spacers. They're gonna go right here. We're gonna drill a new hole, just have one spacer or one hole per side here. And then from here, we'll make a bar that goes down to here. So I gotta make a couple of these that are threaded that I can weld on there. And that should hold it pretty good. We might do some lower supports down here later to something back there. We're just gonna get it mocked up for now. Or get it mounted for now to where we can continue on.
And the blow off valve is gonna go right here, right in the center.
Yeah, I think if it'll clear the bumper, we'll put the blow off up right there.
All right, guys, here it is. So this is all cleaned up, it's mounted on. We're still gonna do a couple more tabs up here and one here, like we explained, but this is done. We're gonna move on to the clutch now, install that.
Yeah, right now we're gonna pound in the pilot bearing, and then we're gonna install the Mantic flywheel, and then the Mantic Twin Disk Clutch.
All right, it's in. Clutch here in that sweet old box. Matt's gonna use this now to go to business trips and stuff. I don't remember if we showed this up close, but they got it welded all the way around.
Yeah, the ring gear doesn't move them over time and under power.
And we're shooting for power, so. All right, flywheel's in, torque down, ready to go. Gonna read a little bit of instructions and then we'll check back here in a sec.
I'm gonna slip the clutch onto the splines just to make sure everything fits fine. I had a problem one time on my Fiero that it had the clutch splines had a little burr on it and I could not get it to start, and then I put the clutch on backwards later, knocked that burr off, and then it started just fine. So it's a good idea to just slide them on and make sure they fit. Oh shoot, they don't fit. Oh, there it goes. So now we can put it on the flywheel. All right, so we got all our blocks on, our spacer blocks, and the clutch is all stashed up. And so we just put, it's the bolt, washer, block, and then we just have these nuts just to hold the blocks in place, and then the pilot tool here. So we're gonna put it all on there and then pull the nuts off and then run these bolts into the flywheel. Okay, so you're supposed to just, once you got them snug down to there by hand, just turn them each a half a turn and go diagonally across, half turn until it's sucked down, and then do your torque. And just keep an eye on those blocks like we said.
We'll get you guys closer so you can see the groove there.
Yeah, so you don't want to twist it up like that. So we'll run them down and then start torquing it.
All right, guys, it's torqued down to spec. 25 foot-pounds is what it needed on each one of those. And let me see if I can get you guys closer here. There we go. So see that groove? As you start driving these down, you just need to make sure it stays in that groove there. And we did have some of these kind of wanting to twist, so we had to pay attention all the way through, and then obviously make sure this is centered. Those are things to watch out for. Otherwise, it went pretty straightforward. Oh, it does make that sound. I made it. Oh, you did? Matt's like, you should put a sound effect when you pull it out. And I didn't see him do it, so I thought it was that. There she is. We lined her up. We're going to take a quick pic for Instagram. If you don't follow us there, make sure you do. We're terrible at posting, but we're trying to get better. So we'll try to post every time we're working on this thing.
So we ended up not getting a QuickTime bell housing, obviously, because we don't have a plate. We just have the factory plate, block plate there. So it was back ordered for a long time. So I found one in Florida. My buddy Alan went and swooped it up for me, and it's just an OEM Cobra bell housing. So we're just gonna use this for now. Maybe once stuff's back in stock, we'll order a QuickTime. But for now, we'll just get us going. We'll just use this, put the T56 on it, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. We're getting real close to firing this thing up. Hopefully in the next couple videos, we'll get it fired up. Still quite a bit of work left, and we're trying to tie up everything so there's no, so we can get it driving right away.
We're going to try to make it to an event here. What are we? Mid-July? So I think one more month. It's Ford Fest, I believe, right?
Yep. Yeah, Ford Fever at Woodburn. We want to be able to race. We don't want to just show. So
if you're in the area, come out. Hopefully we'll be there.
yeah, we'll be there, but you know, hopefully the FRS is running and driving. So we'll catch you later.
Thanks for watching. See you guys.